You want to know something? I'm going to tell you. So, the other day, I was talking to my kids in general, because they got into this little habit where like they just, they want to repeat everything that one says. And I know it's the little friends that they got at school, the little friends they got at school got them saying things that most kids shouldn't be saying, not that they shouldn't be, but it's like, come on now, it's not very appropriate. Now I understand there's a time and a place, and sometimes people like f up, and it's appropriate for them at that moment. But it's like, why? Like, what's the purpose of that? Okay. And let me tell you what my perspective is, and I try really hard within the pits of my soul not to do it. Okay. I don't curse. There are occasions when I do, because we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all just gravitate towards that fleshly being of ours, And it's one thing that I've realized is there's no purpose for it. It's foul language. It's coming from here, right? For them, it's all fun and games. For them, it's funny, For me, it's like, no, there's a bigger picture to it. Think about it. When you start cursing up a storm, and I know there's studies, right? So there's studies that suggest those who curse more are indeed smarter of the bunch. Though this may be true, I don't completely agree, okay? And this is why. I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and she was telling me how, hey, you are actually like very articulate, You can say, you don't resort to saying a lot, because a lot of people don't have a lot of words in their lexicon, okay? So they use a lot of filler words that may include but not limited to the F-bomb, And with that being said, it makes sense, when you're talking about, the F-bomb, the freaking, the doo-doo word, all this other stuff, it makes sense. And especially a lot of dudes, because it's just a filler word for them. You got one of this, a miraculous word where you could use it to, it can be a verb, it could be a noun, it could be an adjective, it can be an adverb, it can be anything that you want it to be. And you know which word it is that I'm talking about. Okay? But I digress. What I'm saying is, I challenge you to be more articulate, to challenge yourself into finding alternate words. And I'm not saying, to each their own, right? Everybody's going to do whatever it is that they want to do. I'm just saying this is the way that I operate. Because I was telling my children, it's like, look, if y'all can't watch your mouths, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and draft a contract. And then that contract, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I put in there that you will not do these things until you go in the dictionary and look up more words. Write them down and explain them to daddy. Tell daddy what they mean. And I want to know, and daddy wants to make sure that you have an understanding of what those words mean before you can do anything else that has anything to do with fun. Okay? They were like, I don't want to do that. And I was like, I don't think you did want to do that. I don't think you want to do that. But it also, like, rest assured, like, it was going to make sure, because my thought process was like, okay, you're saying these words because you don't know what else to say. So because you don't know what else to say, I'm going to show you some other words that you can say in lieu of those ugly words. That's just my thoughts on that. Feel free to disagree. In the way, but it's not appropriate. It's not appropriate for a child to be saying stuff like that. It's a child. It's a little kid. What did he used to do to us? Which, by the way, is borderline abusive at this point. They used to say, I'm going to put soap in your mouth, I'm going to wash your tongue with soap. We're going to freaking, what's the other thing? I want to put Chile in your mouth, you know? I'm gonna slap your mouth, all this other stuff. That's kind of abusive, you know? Feel free to disagree on that one. But this is the reason why we're so ate up, all right? This is the reason why our generation is the way that it is. Hyper independence, anxious, antisocial personality disorder, freaking ADHD, attention deficit, hyperactivity disorder, depression, because our parents didn't know any better. But now we have an opportunity to be better and do better. Do better for our children. Show them what it is to love themselves, self-love. Show them what it is to not get the crap beat out of them because they did something wrong. Show them something that they're still going to be loved and get love when they do something wrong. It's just that now they're going to have a really tough time learning a lesson. It's going to be really dumb. You know what I mean? But anyways, y'all let me know what you feel in the comments. As always, thank you for coming on Ed Talk. Be sure to like and follow down below for more nonsense.